Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and in this video, just wanted to explain to you all how the loot works in Alexander Normal, since it just came out yesterday from this video being made. Now, I've been getting a lot of questions about it because it's not really your standard way of doing loot. So, I figured I'll make a video, use it as a point of reference, put it in the top right corner of all my Alexander Normal guides, and it'll also just be here for reference. Now, to assist this guide, I am going to be using a post from Reddit. This one comes from The End Comes. When I logged on this morning, it was just the one with the most upvotes, with the most comments, so I figured I'll use that one. It should be good to go. If there's any other ones out there, I'm sure they're just as good. The End Comes, thank you for making this post, for editing it as it went along, and you'll be assisting in my video today. So if you see this video, it's in the description of the video. Go over there, give them some upvotes, Reddit karma, all those fancy things that happen on Reddit. I don't know. So anyway, quick explanation of the way that the actual dropping works. So, there are 4 floors in Alexander for this first launch. You know, there's going to be more later on. Each floor, when you complete it, drops 2 tokens instead of 2 pieces of armor. So, you can take these tokens and take them back to Sabina in Idleshire, right next to Rowena at her tent, and you can trade them in for the piece of armor that they represent. Now, there's not just like 1 or 2 token types, you know, like there was sands and oils. There is pretty much a different token type for almost every single different piece of armor, barring accessories, which are all shared under a single drop. So, with the 7 tokens, we have a head token, which is a lens, a body token, which is a shaft, hand tokens, which are cranks, waist tokens, which are chains, leg tokens, which are springs, feet tokens, which are pedals, and accessories, which are bolts. And it's not like you just need one of these in order to get an item. Barring, of course, the waist and the accessories, which, as you can see here, does only need a single token. So looking at this list was also in the official patch notes. It takes 2 lenses to get a single headpiece, 4 shafts to get a single body piece, 2 cranks to get a single set of hands, 1 waist token to get 1 belt, 4 springs to get a single piece of leg armor, 2 pedals to get a single piece of feet armor, and any bolts can get you any accessory you want. Now, on top of this, you do have a weekly loot lockout from each floor of Alexander. You can get 1 token per floor per week, meaning you can get a maximum of 4 tokens per week. So, that's just to clarify. If you win a piece of loot from a floor, you cannot get loot from that floor for the rest of the week, but you can run it as many times as you want. There is no weekly restriction to how many times you can run the content. I'm just trying to cover all the questions I've been getting. So, on top of that, every single boss has a loot list still. It's not like every boss can drop every different token. And that is where the community really needed to come together to figure out which loot belonged where, to figure out how they were going to gear out their characters. So luckily, in this post, we have it right here, the loot list for each floor. On the first floor, you can get either a chain, a pedal, or a bolt. And keep in mind, you can get 2 of the drops. It's just this is the loot list it's pulling from. You can get 2 chains, 2 bolts, 2 pedals, but it pulls from this loot list. The second floor can drop either a lens, a pedal, or a bolt. The third floor can drop lens, crank, or spring, and the 4th floor can drop the shaft, the crank, or the spring. So you can use this list to kind of guess. It would take you at least 4 weeks to get a body piece, since the shaft only drops from the final floor of Alexander. If you wanted to get legs, it could take you 2 weeks if you decided to win on 3 and 4. The crank could take you 1 week if you just rolled on it on both 3 and 4. The possibilities here are all endless, and there's a lot of different posts out there saying what the optimal ways to gear up are, and it completely depends on what's available to you, if you're able to get your loot for the week, etc., etc. The 4th floor also drops a few crafting materials that can be used to craft a bureau, a chair, or a minion, but it requires a certain number of the items, as you can see here. This information was in the patch notes as well. So, just keep that in mind. It's not like you can get 4 shafts, you can get 4 springs, whatever, in a single week. There is a maximum because of where the loot actually drops. So, hopefully that's very clear. Just recap right away. 7 different tokens. Each different piece requires a set number of tokens, most of them being greater than 1, other than the waist or accessory. There are a total of 4 bosses. You can get a total of 4 tokens per week. Each floor has 3 different items that can drop in it. You can get multiples of the same one. And it is also worth mentioning that the first time you beat the 4th floor of Alexander, the quest line you're following within Alexander will actually give you a free accessory token. So you can get like a ring or something like that just for beating the 4th floor of Alexander. If you need something to refer to, go to this post, check it out, it's very clear, and I will see you guys in the next video. Gonna be getting my Alexander guides out there ASAP, but I gotta go stream in a few minutes, so I want to get this video out ASAP as well. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next guide, and until then, take care.